This bird is a notoriously clumsy flyer in the air. But the second it hits the water, it turns into a fighter jet. This is the puffin. With its tuxedo-like body, its sad clown eyes, and that ridiculously colorful beak, it's easy to see why they're called the clowns of the sea or sea parrots. But that comical appearance hides a tough-as-nails survivor that lives two completely different lives. I'm going to show you their secret for flying underwater and reveal the amazing and temporary secret of their incredible beak. First, you have to understand that a puffin lives a double life. For about 8 months of the year, they live a completely solitary life, all alone, way out on the rough, freezing cold waters of the North Atlantic Ocean. They just bob around, sleeping and hunting hundreds of miles from land. And they are built for this life at sea. Their short, stubby wings are a bit of a disadvantage in the air. They have to beat them incredibly fast, up to 400 times a minute, just to stay airborne, which can make them look a little frantic and clumsy, especially when they're trying to land. But those same short, powerful, paddle-like wings are the perfect tool for flying underwater. A puffin will dive from the surface and then use its wings to propel itself through the water with incredible speed and agility. They can dive down to 200 feet deep, chasing after the small fish like sand eels and herring that make up their diet. They are far more graceful in the water than they are in the air. But this creates a problem. A puffin doesn't just catch one fish for its baby, it catches a whole mouthful. So how do they possibly hold on to 10, 20, or even 30 slippery, wriggling fish at a time without dropping all the ones they've already caught? The secret is in their beak. A puffin's tongue and the roof of its mouth are covered in tiny, backward-facing spines. When it catches a fish, it uses its tongue to push the fish up against the roof of its mouth, where the spines hold it securely in place. This leaves the front of its beak free to open and catch another fish, which it then pushes to the back, and so on. It's an amazing little conveyor belt system. The world record is one puffin carrying an unbelievable 62 fish at once. After spending all winter alone at sea, in the spring, the puffin's social instincts kick in. They fly back to land and gather in huge, noisy colonies on coastal cliffs and islands to breed. Puffins are generally monogamous and will often meet up with the same partner every single year at the same burrow they used the year before. They dig these burrows, which can be several feet long, using their sharp claws and their beak. Inside that dark tunnel, the female lays one single egg. For the next 6 weeks, the parents will take turns flying out to sea, catching mouthfuls of fish and bringing them back to their single baby, which is called a puffling, who just waits all alone in the darkness for its next meal. But the most surprising thing about the puffin, the part that blows most people's minds, has to do with that famous colorful beak. It's a total fake. Well, sort of. That big, bright, multicolored beak is just a temporary costume. It's a flashy ornament that they grow every single spring, specifically for the breeding season, to look impressive and attract a mate. After the chicks have grown up and everyone heads back out to sea for the winter, the puffin actually sheds the colorful outer plates of its beak. Underneath is a much smaller, duller, and darker beak. Then, the next spring, like magic, they grow the bright colors all over again. It's like putting on their fancy party clothes for a few months and then changing back into their boring work clothes for the rest of the year. So, the puffin is a true master of two worlds. It lives a lonely life at sea, but a social one on land. It's a clumsy flyer in the air, but an acrobatic hunter that flies underwater. It can carry dozens of fish at a time, thanks to its spiny tongue. And its most famous feature, that beautiful beak, is just a temporary piece of jewelry that it sheds every single year. If you want to dive into the secret lives of more amazing seabirds, make sure you subscribe.